Imagine diving into a world where a failed film project uncovers more about storytelling itself than the mystery it's chasing. This is the intriguing heart of Charlie Shackleton's Zodiac Killer Project, a documentary that transforms disappointment into sharp, insightful commentary on the true crime genre. But here's where it gets controversial. It's a film about not making a movie, and that meta twist might just divide viewers into those who love the cleverness and those who find it frustratingly self-referential. If you've ever binge-watched shows like Making a Murder or The Jinx, you know true crime documentaries follow predictable patterns. Dramatic close-ups of evidence like scattered bullet casings, somber voiceovers narrating the quiet dramas of rural life, grainy Super 8 footage from bygone eras, and polished interviews with seasoned investigators. At some dramatic moment, a witness might declare, "The blood was everywhere," painting a scene of chaos. We're smack in the middle of a true crime explosion, though some argue it's peaking or fading, where streaming services churn out endless content because it hooks audiences reliably. Yet, for avid watchers, the repetition is becoming obvious. Formats pioneered by classics like 48 Hours and Dateline are so ingrained that swapping one episode for another feels seamless, leading to a sense of fatigue. Shackleton's project isn't just a critique of these documentaries. It's a personal tale of a dashed ambition. He aimed to bring the 2012 book The Zodiac Killer Cover-Up, The Silence Badge by retired California officer Lyndon Lafferty to the screen. The Lafferty family seemed on board, or so Shackleton believed, and he poured his own money into pre-production, gathering research and concepts. But when support vanished, he pivoted, crafting Zodiac Killer Project as a documentary on why he couldn't make his film. It showcases what his envisioned movie might have looked like, blending reality with reflection. For newcomers, this meta-approach means the film comments on itself and its genre. Think of it like a story about storytelling, which can be disorienting if you're not a fan of that layered style. Some might find this too introspective to stomach, especially since Shackleton's original plan relied on those very true crime cliches he now dissects. He wasn't aiming for a revolutionary exposé like The Thin Blue Line. Instead, he wanted to embrace the established mold. Through voiceover narration, without showing his face until midway, he explains his intentions with a charming, almost playful wit. There's a subtle sarcasm in his delivery, poking fun at the format while adhering to it, which might explain why the Laffertys pulled back. And this is the part most people miss. His mischievous tone could have made the adaptation feel like a parody, even if unintentional. At its core, the infamous Zodiac Killer case, where a serial assailant taunted authorities with cryptic letters and ciphers in the late 1960s, plays a secondary role here. Lafferty, a minor figure in the saga, insisted he had cracked the mystery after a tense stare-down at a rest stop with a man resembling the police sketch. His proof was flimsy, bordering on obsessive delusion. He couldn't convince his department, was ordered to drop it, yet persisted in solo investigations that included tailing the suspect for years and enlisting a priest friend to spy at Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. It's wildly far-fetched, and Shackleton admits he was captivated by Lafferty's over-the-top passion. Even the book's title, The Silence Badge, sounds overly theatrical. Lafferty claimed his badge symbolized being muzzled, despite publishing his theories. Shackleton seizes this as a chance to reveal his raw footage. Lingering pans of highway rest areas, bustling crossroads, and a foreboding woodland cabin. Not the suspect's actual home, but evocative enough. He dissects the mechanics of true crime visuals, introducing concepts like evocative B-roll, those atmospheric shots meant to build suspense. Once he explains it, you can't ignore how ubiquitous they are. He compares side-by-side clips from popular series. Golden sunlight filtering through foliage, vintage home videos, old cassette tapes, a silhouette retreating into the distance. These are carbon copies from hits like Making a Murderer, The Jinx, and Don't FK with Cats. For beginners, think of B-roll as the background imagery that sets the mood, like the moody establishing shots in horror films. But here it's used to make unsolved crimes feel immediate and haunting. As fascinating as this breakdown is, Zodiac Killer Project echoes the work of insightful YouTube essayists, who break down cinematic and narrative devices with evidence in hand. There's a broader discussion to be had about the true crime craze from a social perspective. Why do people flock to stories of murder and mayhem? Experts debate morbid curiosity, but Shackleton sidesteps those weighty analyses, which can come across as dull. His focus, The art of storytelling. Manipulating camera angles, editing sequences, and pacing to weave a tale, even one as inflated and baseless as Lafferty's claims. To illustrate, consider how a simple cut from a dark alley to a flashing police light can heighten tension, regardless of the story's substance. Clearly, Shackleton's dream film wasn't a soul-deep passion akin to Orson Welles' lament over the edited down the magnificent Ambersons. Zodiac Killer Project is lightweight in ideas and production, yet it resonates with me, thanks to its dry humor and engaging narration. He emerges as an entertaining host, guiding viewers through the absurdity with a smile. But here's the controversy that might spark debate. Is Shackleton's meta approach a fresh take on true crime, or does it just highlight the genre's exhaustion, making it feel even more played out? And this is the part most people miss. By embracing the tropes he critiques, is he endorsing the very formula he mocks, or cleverly subverting it? Do you think documentaries should push boundaries like this, or stick to straightforward investigations? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that Zodiac Killer Project turns failure into genius? Or does it fall flat for you?